All right, let's be honest. Have you ever opened up a crypto trading screen and just felt completely lost? Yeah, you're not alone. It can look pretty intimidating. But today, we're going to cut right through all that complexity. We're going back to basics, focusing on the single most important starting point, making your very first spot trade. Let's dive in.
So here's the game plan. We're going to tackle this in 5 quick steps. First up, what even is spot trading? Then we'll get you familiar with the trading dashboard. After that, the main event, how to actually place an order. We'll also break down the difference between market and limit orders. And finally, we'll wrap up with some really important first steps to make sure you start off smart. Okay, first things first. Let's talk about the absolute foundation of all crypto trading. Seriously, before you even think about clicking that buy or sell button, you've got to wrap your head around this concept. Nailing this is, without a doubt, the key to starting your journey with some real confidence.
You hear this term thrown around all the time, right? Spot trading this, spot market that. But what does it actually mean? What's happening behind the scenes when you make a spot trade?
Well, it's actually pretty simple. It means you're trading on the spot, like right now. When you buy a crypto on the spot market, the whole deal settles instantly. The coins go into your wallet, and boom, you own them. It's that direct. No waiting around, no complicated contracts, just you owning the asset.
You know, the best analogy I've heard for this is just buying groceries. Seriously, you go into the store, you see a gallon of milk for $4. You pay the $4 and you walk out with the milk. It's yours. You can drink it, you can store it, whatever. Spot trading is exactly the same. You pay the current market price and the crypto is yours, plain and simple. And, this really helps clear things up when you compare it to something like futures trading. With futures, you're not actually buying the crypto itself. You're buying a contract to buy or sell it later at a certain price. It's a totally different ballgame. But with spot trading, you own the actual asset immediately. That's the biggest difference. And honestly, it's the most important thing to remember. With spot, you hold the coin. It's in your possession. Okay, so we've got the what down. Now let's talk about the where. Let's face it, that trading dashboard can look like the cockpit of a spaceship the first time you see it, right? All those blinking numbers and charts. But don't worry, we're going to break it down into a few simple parts. It's really just your new workspace. In fact, you can ignore almost everything else to start. You really only need to understand 3 key areas. This is your mission control, the price chart, the order book, and the order form. That's it. First, let's look at the big thing in the middle, the price chart. This is basically your map. It shows you the history of the asset's price and what it's doing right this second. And all those little red and green bars, those are called candlesticks. Don't let the names scare you. All they do is show you if the price went up, that's green, or down, that's red, during a certain time frame. Super useful visual. All right, next up is the order book. I like to think of this as the beating heart of the market. It's a live, real-time list of what everyone else is doing. The green side, the bids, shows you all the buy orders and the prices people are willing to pay. The red side, the asks, shows you all the sell orders. It's a perfect snapshot of supply and demand, right now. And that brings us to the third piece, the order form. This is your action zone. This is the cockpit. After you've glanced at the chart and checked the pulse of the market in the order book, this little box is where you actually make it happen. It's where you place your trade. All right, theory is great, but let's get our hands dirty. This is the main event. We're going to put all this knowledge together and walk through step by step how you place your very first order. Ready? Believe it or not, it's just 4 simple steps. Step 1, pick your trading pair. That sounds technical, but it just means what do I want to buy and what am I paying with? So, for example, you might want to buy Bitcoin with USDT. That's your pair. Step 2, choose your order type. We'll get more into that in a second. Step 3, type in how much you want to buy. And step 4, well, you click the big buy button. That's really all there is to it. Okay, let's double click on that second step because this one's a biggie. Choosing your order type. This is your first real strategic decision. You've got 2 main tools in your toolbox here, a market order and a limit order. Knowing when to use each one is going to be a game changer for you. And the way to decide is to ask yourself one very simple question. For this trade, right now, what's more important to me? Speed or price? Do I need it done now or do I need it done at a price I choose? And that question really gets to the heart of it. A market order is all about speed.
It guarantees your trade will execute instantly, no questions asked. A limit order, on the other hand, is all about control. You get to set the exact price you want, but there's a catch. It might not happen if the market never reaches your price. So think of the market order as your get it done now button. You hit this when speed is everything. You want in immediately. And you're cool with taking whatever the best available price is at that exact second. It's the fastest, simplest way to trade. Now, a limit order is totally different. This is your buy it if command. You're basically setting a rule for the market. You're saying, hey, I want to buy some Bitcoin, but not right now. Only buy it for me if the price drops to, say, $30,000. It puts you in the driver's seat, giving you total control over your entry price. Okay, so now you know the tools. You can read the dashboard and you know exactly how to place an order. You're just about ready to go. But before you jump in, we need to talk about probably the most important part of all, your mindset. Let's go over a quick pre-flight checklist to make sure you start off on the right foot. First off, please start small. Your first few trades are tuition. They're for learning, not for hitting a jackpot. Second, always be aware of the trading fees. They're usually tiny, but they add up. Third, and if you remember nothing else, remember this. This is the golden rule. Never, ever invest more than you are willing to lose. And last but not least, DYOR, do your own research. Actually understand the project you're buying into. Look, at the end of the day, it all boils down to this one thing. The fancy charts, the different order types, all the strategies in the world, they're all just tools. Your best asset, your number one tool, is always going to be your knowledge. So keep learning. So there you have it. You now know the how of making your first crypto trade. But I want to leave you with a bigger question. The most important question isn't how, it's why. Why are you here? What are your goals? Are you trying to build long-term wealth? Just learn a new skill. Figure out your why, because that will be the best compass you could ever have in these markets.